Today we are going to be ranking every character in the Breaking Bad universe. I'm very excited for this as somebody who just finished Better Call Saul. I am prime. I am ready for this. Guys, let me know what you think down below of your favorite characters. We're going to get into it in just a second. Before we do though, I do want to say hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. Let's get started. So I went through this tier list. This is one of those public tier lists, the popular ones under Breaking Bad, and they literally have what I believe to be every single character in the Breaking Bad universe. Of course, there's going to be some people that I don't remember, but still, we're going to rank them all based on, of course, in my opinion, how much I like them. We're going through S to F, and then the characters that are a little bit forgettable. Now, speaking of forgettable characters, we're going to start off with one. I think it's just a police officer, though. I don't recall exactly who that is. Maybe it's one of those guys interrogating Mike. Regardless, I'm not going to spend too much time on the people I put in there. Now, we have the old lady that Saul scammed. I feel really bad for her, but at the end of the day, I didn't really care for her. So I feel like the C tier is going to be part of characters that, like I said, I didn't care for, because DNF would be characters that you didn't like, right? Now this one, I don't know who it is. This one, I don't know who it is. This one, oh, the copy guy. The copy guy who lied for Saul. And of course, I should say this is a huge Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul spoiler video, if you haven't figured that out already. Guys, this guy, to be honest with you, I didn't really care for him either, but I did like her. Oh, what's her name? It's not Mabel, is it? My apologies, I don't remember. Now, don't know who that is. And then we have Hector. Oh, man. Okay. Here's the problem. Here's where I'm going to run into a problem, because we have all these amazing characters. For example, like Todd, who definitely had more of an impact on these guys. But at the same time, I want to put Hector in the F tier because the dude's just a big scumbag, but he's such a good actor. He's such a good character. We'll see how it works. But Hector, yeah, he's a problem, man. I laughed at him a lot. Like, again, heavy spoilers for the series, right? Heavy spoilers. We're going to get no more in 3, 2, 1. Okay. When he was shooting Nacho's dead body, I was laughing. I was laughing so hard. So there's a lot of times I'm putting Hector in B tier. There's a lot of times where, but I don't like him. That's the problem. I'm leaving him in B tier. Now we have the movie chick. Don't care for her, but she's pretty nice. I don't know who this is. This is the guy that, oh, that's the, what do you call it? The season 5 from Breaking Bad, the pest control guys. Don't care for him. Don't care for him at all. This is probably a lawyer. Don't know who this is. Don't know who this is. Moving on, we then have Tyrus. Tyrus, actually, he was very unlikable. Now, I have such a problem with this because if a character's unlikable and he really makes an impact, then that means they're a really good actor. But at the same time, this guy was just a D-bag, man. I did not like him. F tier for Tyrus. Sorry, bozo. Then we have Ernesto. Ernesto's a huge W. Ernesto is a huge W. Although I'm going to put him in the B tier because just the lack of screen time. He saved the day. We like Ernesto. He was very nice. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I think they literally added every single character ever. This is the lawyer who was doing the divorce. I didn't care for her. No, you know what? She's going in F tier because, no, I don't know. Maybe I was just on Walter's side back then because I was like, oh my god, she's encouraging the divorce. But then, like, Skylar had every single right to want a divorce from Walter. It's so funny. I love the memes where it's like, hey, Breaking Bad fans, which character is worse? A drug dealer, a drug empire king, or a nagging wife in Skylar? And everybody picks Skylar. I'm going to put her in the C tier. Don't care for her. Don't know. That's not Gale, is it? No. I was thinking like Gale in the prequel because he still had the crazy hair. Now we have Bonduct, whatever his name was. Mr. Eyebrows himself. This guy was horrible. F tier for sure. Now we have Lydia. Oh, Lydia. Have you seen Lydia? Lydia. Wah. Lydia. You know what? I kind of laughed at how crazy she was. I like Lydia, man. This is the conflict I'm having with so many characters. B tier for Lydia. A tier for Lydia. Her spazziness was really funny to me. A tier for Lydia. Now, this might be the guy that Mike had an issue with, but I don't remember exactly what he looked like, so I'm going to throw him in the question mark. Now we have Francesca. Was that Francesca? No. Is it the younger version of Francesca? No, that's the lawyer. Sorry, guys. Is Francesca on here? Is Francesca on here somewhere? We might move her. I feel like that's not Francesca. Why am I having a blank? It's been a while since I watched Breaking Bad, but I should have just noticed this from Better Call Saul. Or is this Francesca? Yeah, that's Francesca. Who's this? Oh, it's Howard's assistant, isn't it? The girl, neutral. Don't care for her. Now we have Don Eladio, and I apologize, I'm probably butchering a few of these names. We have Don Eladio. This guy's horrible. F tier for sure. F tier. Scumbag. Oh, now we have the taxi driver man. To be honest with you, this dude was pretty unlikable too. I didn't care for him at all. I didn't like him or his mom. That whole storyline until he actually ended up getting caught, I actually didn't really care for that much. I dislike him. D tier. D tier for sure. Now we have the absolute W of a man who saved Walter and Jesse, the junkyard man. A tier. No, but I didn't care for him that much. B tier. B tier. He's got to be behind Ernesto. This is my own private domicile and I will not be harassed. Now, who's this? Okay, maybe I can move this down a little bit. Yes, we can. Is this the guy that died under the car? I'm going to leave him in question marks. I don't know. Now we have Agent Hank Schrader. Mr. Agent Asac Schrader. S tier for Hank. Hank is one of the most likable characters in Breaking Bad. You know what's funny? I don't know if anybody else agrees with me here. I hated Hank at the beginning of Breaking Bad. I did not like him at one little bit. I thought he was just a D-bag. But then at the end, he was the hero. He became more likable like after he got shot. Now we have this dude that got scammed by Saul and Kim. Very, very unlikable. And is this also the guy? Hang on. This might also be the guy that this might actually be the guy Walter blew his car up. Regardless, he was unlikable. D tier for him. Moving on, we have Bill Burr. I actually don't know his character name, but everybody calls him Bill Burr. He was actually pretty good in the short time that we did see him working for Saul. I'm gonna put him low B tier. Low B tier, just the lack of screen time, right? Now, I don't know who this is, and I don't... Oh, is this the worker that Lalo killed? They literally have everybody in here. I think that's who it was, but... I'm gonna... C tier. Now we have... the manager, the poor guy that Gus ended up torturing. I feel so bad for this dude, man. The whole episode where he was cleaning the grill over and over again, and oh my, Gus was just torturing him. I felt bad for him. Low B tier, low B tier. I kind of felt bad for him. He brought some emotions out of me. Now, oh my God, we have Agent Gomez right up there with Hank. These two had an amazing, absolutely incredible dynamic together, and very few characters will be up there with them. Now we have the skateboarder guys. Now, I actually didn't like them. They made me angry. They were trying to scam a poor lawyer who was trying to do so well in Jimmy. You know what? You could argue that Jimmy would have never fell on the dark side and would have pursued a great... I don't know if my mic's picking that up. My dog is scratching the floor. Easy, easy. My apologies, everybody. They could have started Saul's downfall. Possibly. But I didn't like him. I didn't like what they were doing. And it's funny how fans of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul contradict themselves, because you have people at the top like Hector and Lydia, people that we do like, and then you have people who also kind of do the same thing and scam people and are just bad people in general, and we don't like them. But this is a D tier character for sure. I'm gonna put him at the top of D tier though. Now we have Cliff. This is tough. I didn't really care for Cliff. I kind of felt bad for him when Jimmy just wanted his money, but other than that, he was trying... Actually, B tier. B tier, because he cared for Howard too. He was just a good guy, Cliff. Poor Cliff. He was just in an unfortunate situation. Now this guy. My baseball cards. My baseball cards. Your baseball cards are gonna get you all the way into the D tier. I don't need you, Mike. Everybody's a good guy. Everybody trusts me. My baseball cards. Now we have Huel. Huel for S tier. S tier for Huel. I love Huel as a character. He's so funny. I was so hyped when I saw him in Better Call Saul when he when he dropped the battery into Chuck's pocket. It was so good, dude. It was so good. But Huel's funny. It's so crazy to me that he's such a little side character and he has so many iconic moments and iconic memes. Now we have the guy working for Tuco. Don't care about him. He's just gonna be there. Is this Holly? Why is Holly here? I don't care for Holly either. Nothing wrong with Holly. Now we have this little weasel here. The guy telling, oh, Jesse, you ran over a dog. You just gotta accept that you did that. Like, no, if Jesse actually ran over a dog on purpose just for the sake of running over a dog, bang, shoot Jesse in the head. So this guy puts horrible ideas in people's heads, and I can only imagine that he does that for like murderers all the time. F tier for this guy. F tier. Except, right? Yeah, that's a good point for him. Actually, I'm moving that. Yeah, eyebrows is in last place. Now, is this Jesse's dad? This is probably Jesse's dad. I don't care for him. Then we have Todd. Oh, man. The actor did such a great job with Todd that I hate this guy so much. One of the most satisfying moments in Breaking Bad is when Jesse choked this dude out. Todd is going to the F tier for sure. This is tough. This is tough. This is... Oh, what am I doing, man? Oh, no. Yeah, sorry. Ignore me. Ignore me. I thought I had to reorganize this F tier for a little bit. Yeah. Todd's at the bottom of the list, man. Now, this character, don't know who she is. Jesse Pinkman, S tier. Amazing. I always think about when I talk about like the Breaking Bad characters, or like if I watch a video of people talking about Breaking Bad characters. I can't believe, and I didn't know, that they were actually going to cut Jesse in the first season. I can't imagine how Breaking Bad would have changed if it wasn't for him. I like Jesse more than everybody so far. Jesse is an S tier character, 100%. One of the best characters to come from Breaking Bad. Now, this might be Werner's wife, but I'm not sure, so I'm going to put her in the S tier, in the question mark tier. And this is Howard's wife. Didn't care. Actually, no, she was a little bit of a biatch. I'm going to put her in the D tier from the little bit we've seen from her. I don't know. We're going to put her at the front of D tier. Now, we have Gale. I felt bad for Gale. I didn't really like Gale either, though, to be honest with you. I didn't like him. I didn't dislike him. Gale is the perfect character that fits C tier for me. I'm going to put Gale right here in front of the copier man. That's where I'm going to put Gale. Moving on, we have Saul Goodman, Jimmy McGill. Guys, after watching Better Call Saul, I actually enjoyed Better Call Saul more than I did Breaking Bad, and that is very, very slightly. Jimmy McGill is my favorite character in the Breaking Bad universe, I believe. I don't think anybody else is going to come close to him, or like come beat him, actually. The way they took the character of Saul Goodman and expanded on him was incredible to me. He's charismatic, he's funny, he's somewhat relatable. He has everything you would want in a main character. 100%, he's amazing. Now, Brock was okay. I didn't care for Brock. Nothing crazy about Brock here. Then we have the guy at the laundry place working. Also, don't care for this guy. Going into the C tier, and I don't know who this is. And is this Nacho's dad? I think it is Nacho's dad. If that's the case, I felt really bad for him, and he was somewhat likable, but at the end of the day, he didn't really have too much. He was a little bit of a naive character. He just cared for his son. Low B tier for him. Low B tier for Nacho's dad. Now we... Oh, man. Oh, boy. We have the Kettlemans. I can't believe... No. Can I put a character worse than Todd? Yeah. I hated this girl. I hate her more than Todd. Sorry, I hate her more than Todd. Now we have Francesca. She was okay. To be honest with you, I didn't care for Francesca. She's alright. I'm going to put her behind Gale here. Now we have Tuco. Oh my god. Oh yeah, tight, yeah. Blue, yellow, pink. You ever see those memes that are coming up now, the TikToks, where they play that clip and then it's like, hey Tuco, can you help me open this pickle jar? Also, what color do you think I should make this country's flag? Oh, tight, yeah. Blue, yellow, pink. Thanks, Tuco. So, Tuco has just become one of the most amazing characters, and he's such a horrible guy, but you can't help in seeing like what internet culture did, that I love Tuco. I laughed every single time that he was on screen. Now, if I watch Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul or any clips, and Tuco is there, I'm taken out of the situation and I laugh about it. I was laughing at the fact where he's like, I'm gonna cut their tongues out. Like, Tuco, S tier character, guys. Oh my god. I'm so involved in meme culture, man. That's the problem. I'm putting Tuco in front of Jesse, man. I just really like Tuco as a character, man. Now, this guy. I know this guy, but it's not coming to me where he's from. Oh, he's the junkyard guy. Low B tier. Felt bad for him that he was put in an unfortunate situation. Now, I don't know who this is. The guy in the wheelchair. The guy in the wheelchair pretending to be the vet or whatever it was. I also didn't care for him. Then we have this girl. This girl was annoying, but did she have a reason to be annoying because she was fighting for technically the right things? Regardless, found her annoying. I'm gonna put her behind the skateboarder. Then we have the poor donut man. Low B tier. Kind of liked him. He's gonna be right behind Cliff there. I felt bad for him in every single scene that we saw him. Now we have the kid who picked up the spider and got shot. This is what I'm talking about. How am I supposed to rank half of these characters, you know? C tier. Then we have poor Jane's dad. I actually felt really bad for this guy. I really did. You know what's funny is sometimes they have characters that are a little bit similar, like Jane's dad, and then you have Nacho's dad here. Kind of the same situation, but he was put even worse than Jane. I felt bad for him, man. Wanted to kill Jesse. I would want to do the same too if it was my daughter, right? I'm putting him right in front of Nacho's dad. Now we have Elliot. Elliot was a good guy. I wish that we got some sort of story, and this would be cool if we ever did end up getting a new Breaking Bad series. If they dove into how Walter got scammed out of the company, because I'm assuming that Walter quit and just kind of convinced himself that's what happened, right? That he got screwed out of everything because Gretchen was really fighting against him on that. So I'm going to assume that's the case. Other than that, Elliot's a great guy. He wanted to pay for Walter's treatment. He really cared for him. He really, really took Walter's gift to heart. I like Elliot a lot. I really do. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bump Hector up to A tier. And I'm going to put Elliot right in front of Ernesto. He's going to run the B tier. Except, actually, now that I think about it, if I'm ranking Tuco the way I did like Hector more than I like Lydia. So that's where I'm going to put that. Now, Skylar. This is what I'm talking about, man. Breaking Bad fans. Are we the worst kind of people? Honestly, because Skylar was horrible. F tier for Skylar. I'm putting her right in front, behind Bogdad. Now we have the other skateboarder. I'm just going to put him with his friend there. Nothing special. I don't know who this is. Then we have Jesse's mom. Here's the thing. Every single time Jesse's mom flipped out on Jesse, it seemed warranted. But at the end of the day, we were on Jesse's side because we like Jesse as a person, right? We know he has a good heart. We know he has good intentions. We know the drugs wasn't his. So I understand where she's coming from. So that's going to lead to me not caring for her. C tier character. Now we have Mike's daughter-in-law. This one's tough because sometimes she was a little bit of a whiner. But I don't know. You know what? I didn't care for her. I'm going to put her right behind Gail. I feel like that's a proper placement for her. Now Lalo. Lalo is one of the best villains on television. I really do think so. The way he carries himself, the way he can be so crazy, but be like so friendly at the same time. I think the character is phenomenal. This is an S tier character for sure. I'm going to put him right behind Hank. Now, you know what? That's tough. This is all tough, man. This is all tough. I'm going to put Lalo. Yeah, I'm going to leave it right there. Moving on, we have, is this the vet? I think it is. I'm going to put him in the C tier. My apologies, everybody. Just had to make this a little bit smaller. Now we have this, this attorney that Howard flipped out on. I don't care for him. Nothing special about him. Now we have Kim. I want it sooner than yesterday. That's every time I think of this guy, I think of Kevin. And I think of Kim complaining about, well, Kim, I want it there sooner than yesterday. This dude, to be honest with you, he wasn't unlikable. I didn't really care for him that much. Now we have Jack. Jack is a dirtbag. Jack is absolutely going into the F tier. He's going to go right below Todd. Yeah, he was the worst. Now Mike, S tier character 100%. Ooh, this is tough. He really shined in Better Call Saul. He really did. And I'm right. I know a bunch of Breaking Bad fans say it, but as soon as we heard I Broke My Boy, we knew that Mike was a different kind of character. The dude brought the whoever plays Mike, whatever his name is. I don't mean to be disrespectful. I just don't know actors' names a lot. He does such a good job. I'm putting him behind Jimmy. These two characters really shined. Now we have the camera guy. I liked him. He was sarcastic. He was funny. I'm going to put him in the B tier. Where am I going to put him? I'm going to put him right behind Ernesto there. Now we have, I don't know who that is. Is that Gus' friends who got killed? I think it is. And who's this? The cousins. The picture just got all wrapped up. I didn't like them. They were mean. They're going to run the D tier though. Or no, I'm going to put her behind Howard's wife here. Now we have this kid. I didn't care for him. I don't know who this is. Oh man, I need to fix the camera again. Let's keep going to the vacuum repair guy. He was alright. I didn't care for him either. Then we have, is this Crazy 8? I'm not sure, so I'm going to leave him in the I don't know. Same with this guy. Hang on. Oh my god. Oh my god, I thought this was Skylar. Oh my god, I thought this was Skylar. It's that crazy girl. It's the skank. Tell me that picture doesn't look like Skylar. You probably wrote, if you're watching this video, you probably already wrote a comment about that. Oh my god, that's funny. You know what? She's an F tier character too. I hated her. She's the worst. Actually, I feel like it's a proper placement for her. Below Jack. You suck, Jack. Skylar, you're going right there. Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna get cooked for that one, aren't I? Now, I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is. And this girl was just the girl working at the Cinnabon. This is the vet. Oh, I thought I already put the vet somewhere. Regardless, I didn't. You know what? The vet was okay. The vet wasn't bad. At least he was taking care of animals. Now we have Andrea. To be honest with you, I didn't care for Andrea. I didn't really care about her that much. I don't know who this is. This is one of the guys working for Jack, so he's going to be in the D tier. Then we have another guy working for Tuco. Oh, the poor guy. Yeah, you better know who you're working for. You better not forget who you're working for. You think they don't know that? C tier. C tier. Now we have Marie. This is really tough because... Because Marie, she was so horribly unlikable at the beginning of the series, right? But then, as the series concluded, everybody sucked so much that they made Marie a little bit likable. So I'm gonna put Marie at the bottom of B tier. Then we have this guy, nothing special about him, C tier for sure. Then we have the principal that Walter tried to sleep with. Don't care for her either. Actually, she was kind of nice because she cared about Walter. Bottom of B tier. I don't know who this is. This is the guy who got his head blown off. Don't care about him either. Then we have another Kettleman. Guy's just a little bit of a weasel, but not as unlikable as his wife, so I'm going to put him into the C tier. Then we have Chuck. Oh my god, Chuck is the worst. Chuck is the worst, and Chuck is the reason why Jimmy became Jimmy. Chuck is the reason why Jimmy turned out the way Jimmy did. I hate Chuck. I hate him a lot. You know what's funny, though, is I kind of like him more than all these characters. Every single time. It's like, I feel like Chuck is one of those people where you go, hey, Chuck, how's it going? Bad, life sucks, and you suck. I don't like your shirt. Like, I feel like he's that kind of guy. Now we have the I don't know what you call him, the chief of the police office, the DEA. I know I'm not saying that right, but I didn't care for him, really. I don't know who this is. This is the other lawyer that Saul worked with. He had some funny moments. I kind of liked him. B tier for this dude. I'm gonna put him behind Ernesto, actually. Yeah, that seems about right. Now we have Kim. S tier character for Kim. I really liked Kim. It's so funny when everybody compares her to Jane because Kim is obviously the ideal partner when comparing both of them. She's not an ideal partner at all because of how she turned out, but Kim is awesome. I'm gonna put Kim in front of Lalo. Really, really liked Kim. Let's move on. Don't know who this is. Oh, this kid was horrible. Bounce. Why don't you bounce? F tier. Behind Chuck. Let's continue on. Don't know who this is. Oh, Ted. Ted is such a little weasel. Hate this guy. Even when he got all of that money, just refused to use his great aunt Gertrude or whatever her name was. Great aunt Beckham. I don't know. Regardless, Ted was the worst. I wish Walter could have gotten to talk to him and beat him up. But then again, could Walter really beat anybody up? I don't know. Ted's going to the F tier. Some of these are so hard to rank, man. I'm going to put him behind Chuck, in front of Chuck. Behind Chuck. At least Chuck didn't sleep with somebody else's wife. All right, now we have the guy in the forest. How am I supposed to put a ranking on him? I don't know who this is. Oh, is that Tuco's mom? Yeah, it is. Oh, Tuco's grandma, Tuco's mom, whatever it was. She was clueless. Didn't really care for her. Then we have Rich. Rich was fun. I liked him. Low B tier. But he was more of a character than all of these characters, so I'm actually going to put him right behind this bald guy. Next up, I don't know who this is. Werner. To be honest with you guys, I know a lot of people really feel bad for what happened to him, but at the same time, the dude was naive. The dude signed up for something that he didn't really understand. Like, yeah, he was really naive, but I didn't like him. He started blabbing about everything. He was a poor, unfortunate, naive character, but he was a little bit annoying to me. Oh, Michael, everything's going to be okay, Michael. I didn't like him. But I'm going to put him at the top of D tier. Because I didn't hate him. Now, actually, this chick I didn't like. This chick, was she Mabel? No. Regardless, the mom. She was... I don't know. She had a bad attitude at the beginning. It kind of stuck with me. And she raised a bad son. So she's going to go into the D tier. I'm going to put her right with her son, except I like her son a little bit more than her. Next up, Gustavo. Gustavo is a great character. He's going to go into the A tier. I didn't really... It's tough because he kind of holds the same thing as Hector for me, where there's so many like great memes moments about him, and he's such like a well thought out and great character. He's very professional. I like him. I'm going to put him right behind Hector over here. Next up, we have Jane. Now, I liked Jane when I first watched the show, but then like you have, you know what's funny is you have all of like, we were talking about the memes with Tuco, right? You have all the memes too. It's like why Kim is better than Jane. I feel like that kind of really got to me because I agree with it all. Kim's way better than Jane. Jane was such a horrible influence on Jesse. She got him addicted to heroin. But at the end of the day, I like her way more than I like all of these other characters. So, that's tough. Very low B tier for Jane. Very low B tier. Now we have the dude that was right with Tuco. I don't know his name. The guy that got the car fell on him, right? He was trying to move that dead body. Didn't care for him. C tier. I don't know who this is, and I don't know who this is. Maybe somebody Kim worked with. I'm not entirely sure. Same with this. And then we have Skinny Pete. Skinny Pete, him and Badger are really funny. I was actually a little bit shocked to learn that people didn't like Badger because I thought he was hilarious. Like, spoiler for when we get over to him, but I'm gonna put him in the B tier. I'm gonna put him right in front of the cameraman over here. I feel like that's a good placement for him. Moving on again, I don't know who this girl is. Is that Mike's granddaughter? Because I know she changed actors quite a few times. I'm going to assume it's Kaylee. If so, Kaylee, she was all right. Lowest of the B tiers. Lowest of the B tiers for Kaylee. Now we're getting even smaller. It's too bad we can't like stretch this stuff out with the tier list, but regardless, what can you do, right? Now we have, this one's Crazy 8, right? This one's got to be Crazy 8. Oh, was this combo? Was this combo? I think it was. That wasn't the guy that moved it, right? I'm sorry, guys. It's been a while since I watched Breaking Bad. Regardless, Crazy 8, I didn't really care for him. C tier. C tier. Then we have, I don't know who this is. Then we have Badger. That's what we're talking about. Him and Skinny Pete and Jesse, those scenes were hilarious, especially that Star Trek scene. I enjoyed all of it. I really did. I was really shocked to learn that people didn't like Badger. So I liked him way more than Skinny Pete. I thought he was really funny. I'm actually going to put him low A tier. I really liked him. Then we have the king of breakfast. We have Walter Jr. Oh man, it's the same reasons that I have for Tuco up here, right? You just look at him, and I gotta be careful with my YouTube words here. I don't swear on the channel, but I want him, that whole point where it's like they make these edits with Walter Jr. going, "Why you gotta be such a, you know?" And he says either the P word or the B word. It's so funny to me. Badass dad, like I love Walter Jr. He's hilarious. S tier for Walt Jr. I'm actually gonna put him right behind Lalo. He was great. Now moving on, I don't know who this is. This picture is so small, I can't even tell who it is. Looks like Chuck in the hospital bed. I don't know. Now we have this angry man that refused to work with Kim. My land, I signed it off, but it's my land anyways now. No, you suck. Where am I gonna put this guy? I don't know. Where am I gonna put him? I'm gonna put him into the F tier. I'm going to put him right behind Chuck. Then we have Howard. Here, I have a little bit of a rocky road with Howard because I thought he was a weasel the entire time, and I didn't realize that, like, when his death actually came about, I didn't really care for it because, again, I thought Howard was a weasel. But then thinking back on everything that Chuck kind of started, and it really seemed like he did care for Jimmy a little bit, especially at the beginning of the show, I kind of changed my mind on him. This is really tough to rank sometimes, guys. I'm going to put Howard, actually, right behind Rich. I'm going to put him right there. Now we have the main character of Breaking Bad. We have Walter White. Where are we going to put Walter White? He's got to be an S tier character, right? He has to be, but I started really not liking him as the seasons went on, but still was very engaged in what he was doing. Oh, man. I'm going to put him in front of Lalo. I feel like it's a good spot for him. It's crazy how good Better Call Saul did if I like both Jimmy, Mike, and Kim before I like Walter, which is crazy to me. Don't know who this is. Now, oh my god, we need to make this even smaller, man. This is crazy. I hope this is still enjoyable to watch, guys, to be honest with you. I'm sorry. I hope you can still see it. I think you can, but the tier list is getting a little bit messy. Now we move on we have Nacho. Nacho I really like. Especially as the seasons went on, I really enjoyed his story. I really cared for him. I was really hoping he'd get to go away with his dad. He's an A tier character for me. I'm going to put him at the bottom of A tier. I'm going to put him there. Now we have Gretchen. There wasn't enough screen time for Gretchen, to be honest with you. So I'm going to put her B tier, but I did like her more than Marie. I did like her more than the vet, more than this guy. I'm going to put her all the way right behind Nacho's dad over there. Now, we have Nacho's guy who got killed with a paper bag. I think there are plastic bags. I think that's what it was. I'm pretty sure it's what it was, right? But I didn't like him. He was arrogant. He sucked. Low D tier. Or no, because that means he's almost an F tier. I'm going to put him right here. That's a good spot. That's a good spot for him. Now, we have the other cop with the donut guy. I didn't really care for him. C tier. Then we finally have... Which guy is this? I don't know. I don't remember who this is. Regardless, we're going to put him in the question mark tier. So, guys, that is going to do it for ranking all of these characters. It's crazy to me how good Better Call Saul was that I have him and Mike before everybody else, before what started it all over here, which is insane to me. It's absolutely insane. So, guys, let me know what you thought about the tier list. Let me know what you think about all of these characters down below. If you would rearrange any, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. And again, apologies for this this lady here. If you watched all the way through, let me know. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We do have some other tier lists on the channel, so go check it out. On the screen right now, you'll have 2 or 3 videos if you want to check out more of the channel. I will see you either there or in the next video, everybody. Take care.